We often look at water management as being primarily controlled by economics, infrastructure, and engineering practices, which overlooks the vital planning component. Chapter 5 addresses this and highlights the institutional reforms that occurred in developed European countries, which was vital in shaping their current, generally efficient water management systems. More specifically, this chapter uses the example of Dutch water boards as a potential policy and legal framework that could be implemented in developing countries to create a more effective water management system. Salome calls to our attention the fact that in many nations which we now consider developed, very similar wastewater issues existed not so long ago. Water quality in cities has deteriorated to a state where canals became little better than open sewers, and during dry seasons the poor's water options became so scarce that these canals were often their only option for access to water. Major health problems became commonplace, and as urbanization connected to industrial revolution increased, so did the problems. Water boards have already existed for centuries in the Netherlands, but it wasn't until the mid-20th century that they began to include the management of wastewater in their mandates. Water boards continue to be essential to the Netherlands as 50% of this country is below sea level, and of that 50%, a staggering 65% of the nation's annual income is financially based there. Water boards in the Netherlands have progressed slowly over time, shifting ever slightly in function and purpose. The first water boards were highly decentralized. They were boards of elected officials created by and for communities to deal with specific local water management issues. Over time, however, water boards have evolved to become centralized as small systems have grown into large consolidated systems. The movement to centralized water boards came at the cost of many smaller water boards, and for every task there are specific individuals that are responsible for completion of specific tasks. This works to enhance water boards, and employees within the boards become highly specialized and required in-depth training and education. As water boards become increasingly centralized, an urgency of effectiveness emerged that required a collaborative relationship between municipal authorities and water boards. Another component that forces the Netherlands to heavily rely on expansive systems of water boards is within their physical geographical location. As a result of the Netherlands being located primarily downstream of many other European countries, they face some of the highest quantities and concentrations of water pollution. In order to encourage reduced traces of pollution, the Netherlands relies on their years of experience. They have promoted new agreements aimed at decreasing pollution through chiefly ecologically based interests. Effective water management has been a result of collaboration on a local and international scale. Over the years, wastewater treatment has changed dramatically from its earliest days. Advances in management and technology have come primarily as a result of changing understandings of negative effects of wastewater, backed up by ever-evolving legislation, both nationally and internationally, and increased pressure for efficiency from population which continues to grow and which continues to demand better cost effectiveness. Today, benchmarking is used to ensure accountability and increase public support by showing people what they are getting for their money. Benchmarking is a method water boards use to demonstrate how revenue expenditure streams of budget are formulated and with what results. Benchmarking has become a vital component of water management and especially water boards because it demonstrates to the public a clear correlation between costs and outcomes. Benchmarking uses collaboration to show the public how and where money is used and what is achieved from these investments. Funding and budgeting of these projects is crucial to whether or not they operate effectively. Budgets are means of allocating financial resources in order to serve the public. Municipalities raise taxes for the collective of wastewater and sewer system. Water boards raise taxes for transportation and treatment of wastewater in addition to tax for water quality control and safe dikes. On a national level, the state finances the safety and water quality of the main water system. There is political pressure to reduce costs and limit the increase of tariffs. Therefore, on the other hand, there is a high ambition for the future. On the other hand, cost reduction and better efficiency and effectiveness are needed to maintain the position that the water boards are still the best organization for the job. In this chapter, Bjorkman explores the concepts of budgets. He points out that budgets are a useful way to look at how governments operate because while they are measurable and therefore good for analysis, they are also very revealing of government behavior, policy, and even values. Budgets might be a set of numbers, but there is nothing simple or objective about those sets of numbers. Budgets allocate money to serve human purpose based on human values. They are non-neutral technical exercise. Bjorkman states that budgets exist in order to allocate finite resources in the face of seemingly unlimited human desires. The process of creating a budget is always a give and take between guardians, or finance ministers, whose goal is to manage incremental and decremental change.
Created using Powtoon.